To the cloud. Okay, hey guys, what I want to do, I've had another. How many times it seems that Rick does webinars on the compensation plan. There's always questions. There's always things, and so what I decided to do was to just go ahead and do a real short, explanation of the compensation plan. And what I've done is I've broken it down into 4 segments, basically. And those are the 4 segments that, we get paid on. So I'll show you how that goes. After I get this done, I'm sure everybody's going to be able to explain the compensation plan in 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. So every company's got one. Everybody brags about their compensation plan. People join companies as a result of people bragging about their compensation plan. I never like to really attract a person be using the compensation plan as that, carrot, if you will, because there's always something going on, right? And person joins a company because of a compensation plan, they usually leave because of a compensation plan. So what I like to do is I just like to explain it, and people can make up their own mind, make up their own, they can make up their own decision. Let's see here. Okay. Most stinking way too many hoops. It's not complicated, although, in the very beginning, it might look like that. It always kind of looks like a dog's breakfast, right? But it has the fewest number of hoops, and I call hoops those things that you've got to jump over in order to get paid. Most companies put a lot of hoops in there and a lot of gotchas in there to keep you from actually getting the money. They talk about the money, but they really don't want to pay it out. Our comp plan pays every Friday. We're always a week in the rear. One of the things that I love about our plan is the simplicity of the plan. Every product is $59.95 and carries 50 BV. Now, don't ask me how Dave actually figured that out. I've never been with a company that have had 22 products and every product was the same price. And every product had very close to a 100% BV number. So he's done something very spectacular. Only way to begin this journey, in my opinion, is the Business Builder Pack. There's just no other way. That makes the purchase, maximizes the payout of the compensation plan. So making that purchase, right? So you can't participate in the legacy bonus or the global bonus pool without purchasing either the Business Builder Pack or the career pack. So if you buy any other package and you want to get serious, you'll have to buy the Business Builder Pack. You can't upgrade. So it just makes sense. And I explained this to people right on the get-go, right out in front. Oh, they say, I'm going to come in $239 package. Well, here's why you don't want to do that, right? And I lay that out to them. And then once they really understand that they're going to have to spend $239, and then if they really want to maximize the compensation plan, they're going to have to spend another $575, or basically $600. So now they're $800, $850 into the deal. So I've got this little chart. If anybody needs that little comparison, I've got it. Be happy to send it out to you. You're going to have this whole presentation. I always record everything like I'm doing here. Easiest way that I've found to understand the compensation plan is to actually see it, right? And what I did is I took a snapshot of my check and the 4 components that make up the check. Now, we also have a car bonus and a global enrollment bonus pool, but those are paid monthly. So I just didn't even talk about those. And each one of the 4 components, when you go into your back office, has a detailed view, right? So I can click on that and see. I can click on this and see it. I can click on this and see it, and so on and so forth. You get where I was going. So I want to go through the 4 components very quickly. The fast start, or what I call the first order bonus, because it really is on the first order only, with one exception. I'll explain that in a second. But I don't, a fast start bonus is something that was old terminology. First order bonus is kind of the real acronym for and better explanation of what this is. But it's paid when somebody you personally enrolled buys a product package. And in the beginning, that's the mainstay of everybody's income. That's how somebody generates income in the very beginning. And, the packages are like this. The one product, $20. 3 products, $40. 6 products, $60. Business Builder Pack, $100. Career Pack, $200. Pretty straightforward. Somebody buys a package, you get paid, right? So one exception, if somebody buys the 1, 3, or 6 package and then gets serious and then says, hey, I'm going to buy a Business Builder package, guess what? You get a first order bonus again. So you could pick up, say somebody wants to try the coffee. They spend $59, you make 20. And they go, hey, I really like this. I think I'm going to buy that Business Builder package. Yeah, man, that's a great idea. Okay. You wind up making another first order bonus. It's actually their second order, but it's for that one we make an exception. So another $100 into your pocket. So let me show you my what happened in that week for me, right? $440, pretty straightforward. I sponsored 4 people with the Business Builder Pack, and 2 guys came in, both of them customers, both of them friends, and bought the coffee, right? They tried the coffee before, they loved it, they wanted to go on a little longer journey, and I said, sure, go ahead, buy it. And so 6 people, 4 with Business Builder Packs, 4 times 100, and then 2 customers that purchased, $59 package. So pretty straightforward. What I wanted you to see, and this is all in the PDF. Now you can go through the PDF and read until you become cross-eyed, and a lot of things, it's written not as a marketing piece, right? It's really written as a detailed piece. But what this gives you is, the achievement ranks, and the minimum monthly volume, to get to diamond, you've got to have 15,000. I say you got to have 15,000 on both legs. But if you're fortunate enough to have an enroller who is building that leg and can help you with that volume requirement, that's the fortunate part of having an enroller and that leg or that power line going like crazy, because they can donate 90% of your qualification for that leg from their volume, right? All you have to do is accumulate 10% of volume that you put towards that. So diamond 15, double diamond 30, kind of a stretch. This was the hardest stretch here for me to get from 30 to 100. I mean, that's triple, right? And then have 2 diamonds as well. And now I'm in the hunt for, the next rank, 250,000 on both legs. And then it's up from there. I mean, there's where Rick is. He's at 500,000. There's where John's at. He's at 1.5. Dave's talking about adding something else on here so that Rick's got something to work towards. I don't know if he really wants to work anymore. But anyway, hey, this will be the largest component of your check, over time, right? Your organization, your team's got to mature, it's got to grow. Our plan is unlike the typical binary. A typical binary pays a percentage of the weaker leg volume. And that's always been a challenge because nobody ever wanted to be on that leg, right? They always, hey, put me on the power leg, put me on the power leg. Well, when the binary first came into existence, people didn't understand power leg, weak legs, and so on and so forth. It took a few years in order for everybody to get up to speed. And then nobody wanted to ever go on, somebody's weak leg. They always wanted to be on the power leg. And nobody made any money, and the company, you know, made out like a bandit. So what Dave did was make this a cycling binary. What that means is that you have 200 in volume on one side and 100 volume on the other side. Now think about that for a second. That's 4 products, right? They're all 50 BV. That's 4 products, or 2 auto ships, right? 200 BV auto ships over on one side and 1 on the other, and that is paid down through infinity, right? So as you build your organization, that volume continues to grow and grow and grow, and so does the cycles. So you can get paid on 5,000 cycles a week, and I challenge anybody to find a plan that's got a higher minimum, you know, or cap. 100,000 a week is a great cap. So my rank right now is a triple diamond. The max that I can earn is 400 cycles, 8,000 a week, right? The next rank, blue diamond, my cycles will go to 800 cycles or 16,000 a week. And, you know, some other small qualifications, like in roller leg volume, and we can cover all of those things, you know, when you get a little bit further down pike. But, you know, up to 100 grand a week. Now, as you go through this, and as I'm going through this, if you've got some questions, just take them down. After we stop the recording, we'll go and, you know, go back and answer all your questions, because I really want everybody to be perfectly clear on the comp plan. So there's my cycles, 374. The maximum I can earn is 400, so I wasn't very far away. Now, here's the good news and the bad news, right? That if I did 500 cycles, I'd only get paid on 400. Okay, the rest of them I wouldn't get paid on because I wasn't qualified to earn at the next rank. So you first have to get to blue diamond, in my case, in order for that to happen. The volume never flushes if you remain active, and active is 50 BV. Let me just be perfectly clear. But however, to remain active and maintain your rank, and you don't want to lose rank, because you lose rank, you lose a number of things, right? You not only lose the legacy bonus that you'll get paid on, you not only lose the global enrollment bonus pool that you would get paid on, but you also limit the amount of money that you earn on your cycle bonus. It goes from $20 a cycle to 10. So you don't want to lose rank. So you've got to do 100 BV. Everybody should be going through their teams right now. And the other thing that I've talked to people about until I'm blue in the face is that, hey, Chuck, I don't think, you know, I love everything that I'm seeing, but I'm just kind of wrapped up with a few other things. I got too much on my plate right now. And I know everybody's going to hear a story like that. Here's what I tell them. Get in, you know, buy whatever package and qualify your position every month so that your position starts to bank volume, right? Starts to bank volume month after month after month after month after month. And when you do have time, or when you expose the business to somebody that says, hey, I can't believe it, I've been looking for something like this my entire life, and they go crazy, and you put them on your other leg, you now have got, you know, hit a jackpot. I mean, here, I'll use Mitch as an example. Of course, Mitch is a recruiting animal, but he ran into Marianne up in Rogers, Arkansas, and it was through a Facebook contact, right? Marianne introduced a few of her friends over in Kenya, and now the whole continent of Africa is exploding. I mean, we're having groups and meetings we just had one last Wednesday in a state in Nigeria with over 400 people in it, right? I mean, just crazy. So all of that happened as a result of one person. And I've told this story over and over and over again about, you know, just finding that one person that has some influence. So lots of things can happen. The matching bonus is very simple. It's just a percentage of the dual team income, not the income of everything, not the income of the fast start, not the income of the legacy, not the income of everything else. It's just the dual team income, right? You start out at 4 levels. When you get to crown, as you jump up into the ranks, you move from ruby on, you move into 5 levels, 6 levels, 7 levels, and the percentages increase. So, you know, at crown, you get 20% on all your personals, second level, 15%. And that is, again, another huge component of your check. Your match should probably be second. I heard from Dr. Chi the other day, and he said that his match was 29,000, right? 29,000 for the week. Yeah. So, you know, and again, it lists everybody down. You can see that you made, you know, I made $18 and $18 and $21 and $33 and so on and so on. So you get all that detail. The thing that I talk about to people all the time is getting legacy qualified. And I want to really hone in. This is by far the most complicated, but it really is relatively easy. It's available, the legacy bonus is available to those people that buy the Ruby or Emerald Business Builder Pack. And that there is a $100 legacy bonus that's paid out from that package, those packages, to somebody who's qualified. The first 3 people you personally enroll that buy a Business Builder Pack will be part of your foundation team. So you have 2 teams, and I'm going to show you what that looks like here in a second. Your foundation team, 1, 2, and 3. Now, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's just whenever you sponsor 3 people, first, second, and third, that buy a Business Builder Pack, those are going to be coded to your enroller, right? They're not moving out of your organization. You're not losing those people. They're staying in your dual team. All the volume counts in your dual team. The only thing that you're not getting paid on is the $100 that you would have gotten paid on had they been in your foundation team, or had you been qualified, legacy qualified. Here's the good news. When you get to 4, 5, and 6, to infinity, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, doesn't really matter. You will get paid a $100 legacy bonus on each one of those that you personally sponsor, but then you're going to earn a legacy bonus on the foundation team of all of your personals that buy a Business Builder Pack. And obviously these people have to buy a Business Builder Pack. So if 4, 5, and 6 got started, they went and found 3 people right away that had, or right away, doesn't really matter, but any period of time, and they bought a Business Builder Pack, you'd get paid on 9 people, right? So $900. If those 9 people went out and got their first 3, you'd get paid $100 or 20 on 27 people, so $2,700 in legacy bonus. And I've seen gigantic legacy bonus checks, you know, so pretty simple. So from the 4th on, so as you see there, mine was $800. Some of them were the ones that I sponsored. Some of them came from the team, people, you know, their foundation team. And I've had much larger and I've had much smaller. You know, it just really depends. I've got 313 people on my legacy team right now. Now, if all of them put in somebody this week, that would be $100 times 313. Okay, so you kind of get the math there. It'd be a nice day. You know, probably won't happen like that, but you know, there's 313. So the plan is really simple. You know, since the time I've been here, I haven't had an error in my check at all. At first, I paid attention and I did some checking, and it was, right on. Got paid what I, expected to get paid. It's easy when the check is small. You can go and calculate it. When the check is larger, it's a lot more difficult. But we're always paid 1 week in the rear. I've never seen any challenges. The software works like clockwork, and so everything rolls over Thursday midnight Pacific time, and we start a brand new week on Friday. Qualifications, again, there's a few details that you've got to pay attention to as you begin to build. The first one is to become active, right? To earn commissions, you've got to have one rep on each side, right? One distributor on each side that's active, right? 50 BV. So that's the first part of it. And again, if you're going to just continue to build, the success, it will happen. I mean, I can see myself, and I can see almost anybody getting to those rank qualifications that I showed you earlier at 1.5 million. Now, you might think that that is crazy. How in the world can you do that? Well, in 3 of the companies that I've been in, my second company I was in, my group was doing 20 million a month in sales, just my team, right? Just my team. Now, it didn't start like that, right? It took me several years to get it to that growth, but even while it was growing, I was doing 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million a month in sales and getting paid on that. Had we have had this plan instead of the plan that we did use back then, I would have made 4 to 5 times more money. So instead of making $250,000 a month, I would have made 1.2, 1.4, 1.5 million a month. And back then, even what I was making was big money, but that would have been, outrageous money. Here's what, your mission is, right? Your mission is to find prospects Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and be on the training calls on Saturday and Sunday. Not very difficult, not a lot of hours. Now it adds up if you've got Russian friends and you've got Spanish-speaking friends, and you also speak Spanish and Russian. But if you just hone in on getting 1 or 2 new people on a call every week, your organization, and you teach people to do that duplication process, your organization will just continue to grow and grow and grow and grow. So, hone in on that. Print this off if you have to. I've got the codes memorized and the times memorized now. It's just, great thing to do. It just validates everything that you've told a person about the company when they hear it from somebody else and hear the story, probably framed a little bit differently than how you would frame it, because it comes from our perspective, my perspective, Mitch's perspective, Mel's perspective, and so on. So by all means, use the tools that are in front of you. So, hey guys, that is it on the compensation plan. It really is relatively simple. And again, just a few components that make up, the plan. And so let's do this. I'm going to stop that. Stop that recording. Good.